back for Kidderminster tomorrow, and I suppose after defeat on Saturday, there's no better time to go again.
No, it was obviously a really disappointing weekend for us. We're a team and a club that's not used to losing football matches, so it was a surreal feeling. I think it was one of the most bizarre games I've been involved in as a coach. For large parts of the game, I felt we were good, but I think we just seen the difference in at the level we've come from. You can get away with making certain errors, but at this level, especially against a top team, you get punished. And we spent a lot of time over the weekend reviewing it and going over things, and there was so much that was where we want it to be in terms of majority of our stats were on point. We were top on most of our stats in terms of shots, more shots, same shots as Chesterfield, box entries, crosses. But they had a killer instinct and we didn't, and it's something we have to learn from. We tried to be really brave in the game and go for the game and get in the faces to stop them playing. But they found ways to hurt us and obviously scored some quick goals which put us on the back foot. So we responded well. I thought the second half was really good. We could have had 4 or 5 goals ourselves, so we'll take that from it. But a real learning curve over the weekend that I think and I believe will keep us in a good place moving forward.
Like I say, it's a good learning curve. Is it the fact that we've got to learn quickly?
Yeah, definitely. I think we found that last week against Maidenhead. We made an error and got punished. On Saturday, we've made a couple of errors and been really punished for it. So it's something that we have to cut out because we know that we can score goals. We know that we can open teams up and create chances. But our bedrock of what we've done over the last 7 or 8 months has been our defensive solidness as a team, and we didn't have that on Saturday. We were far from it, which isn't like us. But I think for me and I think for the players, and going back over it, I feel coming out of Saturday, I'm a better coach now than I was at 3 o'clock on Saturday, and I hope the players feel the same way after reflecting on their performance and our performance as a team. So if we take the learning from it, it'll turn out to be a positive, and I don't think our season will be judged on our second game against Chesterfield. We've got a long way to go, a lot of games to play, and we need to put it right tomorrow.
And there were positives in there, obviously the chances that we had, Bashy coming on at the end and looked a real shining light, and we've got to take that into tomorrow, I suppose. Yeah,
100%. I think if we weren't causing teams problems or we were getting really opened up, it'd be more of a concern, but we look like we're going to score goals all the time. 90% of the goals we've conceded already in the first 2 games have been from our own doing, not from great play from the opposition, which is something that you can fix. So I look at that as a positive. But yeah, we have to learn quickly. It's something we spoke about. The golfing level is big from what we've come from. I think it's a lot bigger than when the club were there last time around. It's the quality of the National League has gone up tenfold, and the resources that clubs can put in makes it difficult to compete and challenge, and that's something we want to do. So we have to learn quickly. But overall, tough to take, but a good weekend if we can learn from it.
And is it a case of just reminding everyone, fans, staff, players, it's just about being patient?
100%, yeah. I said it in pre-season that for me, it always takes the first month before you get a feel of a new league, a feel of your team and where you're at. And nothing's changed in terms of my view. We've got to grow and pick points up as we learn. But it's going to be a challenge. We used to winning, and we got our own way a lot of times last season from being a very good team. There's going to be tougher challenges this season, and at times we're going to get punched on the chin. It's how we respond, how we come back as a team, as a fan base, as a club. It's always the same when you take a step up in level, bigger challenges, new challenges come to your front door, things catch you out that you weren't expecting. And you're also looking at your own team, who can make the step up, who can't. Until we actually do it consistently, we won't know. So, yeah, we got to get points on the board, but nothing changes in terms of that, whatever league you're in.
We've got a strong squad, obviously we've made some good signings in the summer, but one departure today was Will Hatfield, I suppose. Just your thoughts on that?
Really tough decision for all of us involved, I think. I think it's one. Will's been a massive part of what we did last season. He had a really big impact with his energy and his enthusiasm at certain points, and was a big part in us getting promotion. But Will wanted to play regular football. He wanted to get minutes consistently. We had an honest chat. That's not something that I felt I could give him right now. He obviously had an offer to go to. He had a couple of offers to go to other places, and he decided that he wanted to play regular football. And I had a really good relationship with Will, so it weren't something where I wasn't gonna lie to him and say, look, you're going to be involved Saturday, or you're going to be involved next Saturday, because at the minute I don't see him. I didn't see him getting into the 11, and like I say, we had an honest chat, and we've gone our separate ways. But I think everyone at the club will give him a huge thank you for what he's done, not just on the pitch but in the changing room as well. He was a big character for us. Lads loved him, staff loved him. But this is football. We move on. We're still hoping we can strengthen in that area to give the lads that are already here a little bit more competition and maybe something a little bit different. But yeah, this is football.
You said in your programme notes ahead of tomorrow night, the players will come out roaring, and I suppose that's what you'll expect to see. Yeah,
I hope so. I think we were, like I said at the start of the interview, we're not used to losing. So the players were ultimately very, very gutted on Saturday. Yesterday too, I hope. And we've come in today and we've had to refocus and get a few chins off the floor, because it does hurt when you become a serial winner over months of winning football matches. To get a punch on the chin hurts. But we had it a couple of times last season and we all responded well. And we need to do that again tomorrow in a tough game.